Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be... Robbie Gould's got it on the tee. He kicks it off, and here we go from Levi's Stadium. Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led out by the former third-round pick, now in his 11th NFL season, and that's Russell Wilson. So... from the 30. Wilson going to come out throwing. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
The first carry now. This is Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It was Eric Armstead coming up quickly and dropping him for a loss. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
From the 44, Purdy. A dump off for Mason. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in the open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And this is caught. Jennings. Touchdown, 49ers. Juwan Jennings, 35 yards. And the 49ers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Gould able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan. Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
To throw again on second down, Wilson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
a couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crack the throwing lanes?
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Play action. Now it's Lance. Man open. That's Ray McCloud. The 20. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Another impressive drive. So they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 21. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They run it again with Williams. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Sometimes that's a danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Ayuk to return it. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. And San Francisco gets set to go here. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Ayuk to return it from his end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
2nd and 5 now. Lance. They'll find Ayuk open right side. Lance finding Ayuk there for a Niner first. On play action, Lance. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On 2nd and 10, Lance. Called in left side here by Jennings. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. Again, it's Lance. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. In the 2nd quarter and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Gold with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. But the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it's 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Throwing again here, Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. They try the left side here with Williams. Hit and drop behind the line by Dre Greenlaw.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Wilson. Got his man, it's Dulcich. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And this time they were waiting for him. He's going to be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now Wilson on second down. That's complete. It's Okurebunom. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. 4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by McManus is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Ayuk to return it from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offense. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Jerome Jennings on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, had he opted for the touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. It's caught on the right side, Williams. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Down inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, 36 yards. And the Niners are able to add on to their first lead. So that challenge a successful one. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Again, it'll be Taylor. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Jonathan Taylor in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. So just 8 kicks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And some space here. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've come to halftime. Well, time is of the essence. We breezed through halftime, and we are ready for the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Ayuk to return it from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2nd and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready and looked for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I'm think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Yeah, yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You put the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Lance. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Baron Browning from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
Now after the sack.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 2nd and 7, Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And the 49ers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Taylor will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Ready?
Here's Taylor again. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to
kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you? No.
Denver's offense now set to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing is Wilson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. Completes it to Samuel. 30, 10, 5, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Deebo Samuel, 81 yards. And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us
that his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Oren Burks.
Well, there's some excitement, right? Go for two, and instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
And the troops rally.
Exactly. Getting back there, making the tackle, and not giving up 2 points themselves.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he's brought down. 73 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mass.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the 49ers are pouring it on. Gold to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. And they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Jonathan Taylor
Scampering home from 19 yards out.
And the 49ers continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
Gold with the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Lance.
That is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 30 yards.
No let-up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter do the old hold-up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Ready. Shot 17.
The Lance going to throw.
And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Throwing now is Lance.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game, and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. The bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. Their front 7, they love this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Taylor. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy up there at the 24. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
On 1st down, Wilson. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Up the middle, here's Taylor. A gain of 3, 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team...
Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
That's caught left side by Judy. And some room to roam now. There he goes left side. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Ayuk to return it from his end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11th. The Niners set to take over on offense. Well, they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some up.
There he goes, right side. A big play there on the catch and run. 87 yards. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
One last shot for Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped